The Chief Minister said there have been 8 rounds of talks so far, starting in October last year, with meetings taking place in Brussels and London, the most recent last week. Fabian Picardo spoke of unimaginable complexity, saying good progress was being made, while noting that nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. He said the main issue yet to be resolved is the mobility of people.
Spain is the neighbouring member state and is today already responsible for Schengen checks as individuals seek to enter Schengen via Gibraltar at the Gibraltar-Spain frontier at La Línea. We therefore agreed in the New Year's Eve agreement, which we debated already in this House, that Spain will have the responsibility for the Schengen checks as people enter Schengen via the entry points in Gibraltar. At least for the first 4 years, she will carry out those checks with the assistance of Frontex. The question, however, is how to do that in a way that is safe, secure and agreeable to Gibraltar and the UK and Spain and the European Union from day one. Of course, we have the many years of disputes and restrictions, etc., to deal with as we assess each other's positions. The location and manner of the carrying out of the Schengen checks has been a key issue throughout the negotiation. That means working to agree in detail where relevant people will be, what they will do, and who they will do it to. As such, Mr. Speaker, we have also had to determine what each relevant agency will do in carrying out such checks. The key, however, is that there will be no such checks at the frontier between us and Spain. That is to say, where the checks are currently carried out, there will be no checks.
The United Kingdom has deployed huge resources to assist Gibraltar in this negotiation. Literally hundreds of officers of the UK Civil Service have been deployed to assist Gibraltar in areas of specialist competence. On the EU side, similarly large teams have been involved. Mr. Picardo thanked them for their patience in understanding why Gibraltar is different.
And the same is true, Mr. Speaker, of our interaction with our Spanish opposite numbers, with whom, as I have told the House before, we have built a strong rapport from which to hopefully resolve these historic issues in a way that everyone wins on the non-sovereignty aspects and no one loses on the sovereignty aspects.
Mr. Picardo told Parliament we're within touching distance of a historic treaty that would create opportunity for our further economic development and the further economic development of the region around us, perhaps even reaching across the strait. The Chief Minister said negotiations are now moving at a good pace. He said he appreciated that the devil is in the detail, but said the details could only be made public when everything is agreed.
Let me once again be exceedingly clear. The future of Gibraltar is exclusively British. Nothing in the negotiations has called this into question or challenged any of the basic tenets of British sovereignty over Gibraltar. And we're not being asked to do anything which might cross that objective of ours.
Mr. Picardo said nothing would be finally agreed in secret, providing assurances that any treaty text would be made public and debated in Parliament before it could become binding. He thanked the public for their patience.
In London again last week on the 10th.